Hey, and we got another one here. Salute to the tribe. Shout out to all my new and old. Got another one from Cosmic Verse. Look, y'all just got through working out on TikTok, so it is what it is. I gotta get these videos in. So with no further ado, you guys smash that like button. Let's get right into it.
Does the perfect woman exist?
No.
Get ready with me to go to a speed dating event in St. Pete, Florida. So I found this.
Men are not dumb. Men are not stupid. You are being manipulated.
Women attending singles events is a last desperate attempt to locking down a man.
And we're going to have a bar
Super
full
desperate.
of like 200 to 300 singles. Also running an Instagram ad only targeted to single men so that the ratio will be fire.
There were a couple of guys that were quote unquote more my type, but I got the feeling that like they weren't interested in me.
These women are only seeking a man who can fund their lifestyles while they sit back. Kindly
Sponsors.
subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole form of
Yeah, you
support.
guys make sure you
Thank you.
subscribe, join the tribe, hit that like button.
And when I got there, it was literally 90% women. And I was like,
Real dudes ain't going to single events.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go now.
Attention single ladies everywhere. We are currently
Look, dudes are busy right now. Real dudes are not going to singles events. Y'all are going there. You're trying to cut the line. You're trying to skip the work. How's it working out for you? Man,
in the NBA playoffs, if you did not know, which means that there are single straight men in bars all over watching basketball. Go meet one.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious why these men aren't attending these singles event. Why would men willingly put themselves in a situation where they're expected to pay for the privilege of rejection? These singles events often create an environment where the odds are already stacked against them.
doesn't make any
Men
sense.
know that they're being sized up, judged, and dismissed in minutes, sometimes seconds, based on superficial criteria. Why would they want to pay to attend
most
the
of these
event
women aren't
to
even
get
who they think they
rejected
are.
when that happens for free on a daily basis? It's no surprise that men are choosing to avoid these events. It's not just the money. It's the emotional toll of constantly feeling like they're not good enough or being put through a competitive gauntlet just to be noticed.
Does the
It's not
perfect
worth
woman
it.
exist?
Work on yourselves,
No.
man.
Why not?
So
What?
too crazy these days. They expect
Don't
too
put that
much.
time
What is a
into
perfect
yourself
woman
like
to
your
you?
boy.
Doesn't need a man to babysit her or
You're probably hanging out in the wrong spots, my dude.
That's the first thing that they try to do is gaslight you. Put the time into yourself and then elevate yourself, and then you'll put yourself in the right place to find the right kind of woman or women. But any woman that can't raise herself to your level and she tries to gaslight you into her lower vibrational self, nah, we good.
If you are single and live in San Francisco, then this video is for you. I'm so excited to share that the Chaotic Singles Party is coming to San Francisco for the first time ever next Friday, June 7th. It'll be taking place at Chambers Eat and Drink, and we're going to have drink specials, we're going to have a DJ, we're going to have icebreaker games, and we're going to have a bar full of like 200 to 300 singles looking to mix and mingle IRL. I'm also running an Instagram ad only targeted to single men so that the ratio will be
It ain't
fire.
gonna
So if you live
work.
in San Francisco and you're tired of the dating apps and you want to just meet a bunch of singles in real life, then you should come next Friday, June 7th. More information is a link in my bio.
Things have gotten so bad that this woman actually had to run an ad just to try and get these men's attention
Nah.
because they weren't showing up. It's almost like she's
Nah, we're
begging
good.
them to come. But the reality is men have wised up. They're tired of being the ones expected to put in all the effort, only to get overlooked or rejected.
Not worth it.
Now, women are starting to see the effects of that. It's no longer enough to just assume men will come running because they've seen what happens time and time again. These men have checked out, and the desperation in running ads shows how dire the situation has become.
They'll never admit
If
it.
men are avoiding these events in droves, it speaks volumes about how they really feel about the modern dating scene.
The amount of women I know who have stopped dating is astronomical. They aren't even looking anymore because that's how disappointed and fed up they are
If
with
they're not
the male
looking, why are you
sex.
talking about it?
Men, do better. The world needs
See, what this is projected frustration. They're mad that we don't want nothing to do with them. So what they do is she's going to basically tell you what we're doing and make it seem like women are doing it while complaining about us not trying to approach them or not wanting nothing to do with them, and making it seem like the consequence of it is this situation we're in right now. But it's really us doing this, men going their own way, going overseas, passport broing it, whatever. And it's got women pissed off. But see, just because you have the narrative and media's behind you doesn't mean that men don't see what's going on around them. Talk in your circles all you want to. Utilize your echo chambers. Who cares?
more strong men. And I don't mean strong as in goes to the gym and bench presses.
Who cares what you
200.
mean?
I mean strong as in safe, protector.
Who cares
kind,
what you mean as strong?
compassionate,
It'll change by
gentle.
the
Think about it
week
this
and
way.
by your
Women
emotional
are
state.
so fed up with y'all that they would rather just be alone forever
Thank
than
you.
even have to speak to you anymore. That's
You're
not
still
enough to
talking
make
to
you
us.
get off your ass and wake up.
Nah, we don't want you.
I don't know what is.
We don't
If
want
women
you.
are done dating, then the men are really done dating. But women claimed they've checked out of dating too. But it's ironic because they're the same ones asking, where are all the good men at? It's almost like they want it both ways. They claim to be done with dating, but then they can't help but wonder why the quality
Listen,
men
it doesn't
aren't
make any
flocking to them.
sense.
The truth is, those
Can't have it
good
both
men got
ways.
tired of the games, the unrealistic expectations, and constantly feeling undervalued. So they've quietly removed themselves from the equation. Now these women are realizing that the men they overlooked, friend-zoned, or took for granted aren't just waiting around anymore. It's like they're finally waking up to the consequences of their choices.
Where are all my LA single girlies at? I'm talking to the ones who
Got
are
the
happy being
aviator
single. You know
shades
who you are. You love
on.
yourself because you know you are already whole and complete. You could date someone. You could hook up with somebody. You could make out with somebody,
Big
but you
back,
don't
big
need no
back,
man or a
big back,
woman.
big
This
back,
TikTok is for you.
big
I am hosting a meetup on
back,
Sunday from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Nickel Mine for all of my
big
baddest
back.
LA girlies who are single that would like to mix and mingle and maybe date somebody or just get to know some other dope
Big backs.
females. And this isn't for the boys because trust me, the men will already be there and you don't bring sand to the beach.
This is quite sad, to be honest. Apparently, this event is for hookups, and this woman is selling these women a dream of finding a man after she just said, "You don't need a man." If they don't need a man, then why are they attending this ran-through event in the first place?
Through events.
On one hand, she's promoting independence and the idea that
Leftovers,
women
doing
are
what
better off
leftovers do.
alone, and on the other, dangling the fantasy of a fairy tale relationship in front of them. What a joke.
Have you ever gone speed dating in London? Don't. This is exactly how it felt the entire time. So here I am getting ready, thinking maybe I'll meet the love of my life tonight. However, I was far from it. Same with my friends. And you know, I'm American, so I feel like that says a lot. And I was very happy to leave. This
What
is
did
me
it
saying
say?
that was awful. And we all went to Simmons Bar after to talk about how the night went and how we will never, ever be going back again. And yeah, we just went home and got kebabs on the way home to kind of reward ourselves and went to bed.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely starting to think
That's
that
what you
there's something wrong with
deserve.
me. So last night I went on a date with a very, very nice guy. Now tell me why I'm sitting here thinking, you know what, God? Actually, I think I want a few more lessons. Like, what the actual fuck? If I were to really think about it, though, and analyze it, I'm assuming this is probably because I considered my ex to be, like, a nice guy, and I'm just now realizing how much he, like, really messed me up and gave me, like, really bad commitment issues. And so it's like, if I think about, you know, how I want maybe more of a guy who would be, like, a lesson or, like, a bad boy. It's because they're at least very straightforward with their red flags. Like, you know what you're getting into.
You'll still
Whereas a
do
nice
it.
guy, they can just surprise you out of fucking nowhere with some traumatic experiences and manipulation and bullshit. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to trust anyone?
You know,
Average
I
at
have to
best.
give her props for figuring out there's something wrong with her. Even if a good man come into these women's lives, they're always seeking chaos, because that's what they're so used to. But I understand
And they
because
love
these
it.
are
And they
traumas
love
that
it.
they're dealing with from past relationships. That's why these women should heal before getting into another relationship, because they might just end up hurting the person that they're dating.
Went to a singles mixer, and only women showed up.
And they got Tyrese played in the background.
Attempted going to a singles mixer in downtown Phoenix. The ratio of men to women was way off. We left after maybe 40 minutes, but hey, we tried.
Okay, I'm confused. What happened to strong, independent women don't need no man?
Out the door.
What happened to women not wanting to date men anymore?
Out the door.
What happened to lonely, single, and desperate men would do anything to get a woman?
Call them out.
For some reason, the math is not mathing. Because from what I'm hearing about singles events, it's flooded with women. Women are looking for relationships. Women are looking for relationships despite whatever they're saying online, that they prefer to be alone without men. See, women are not being truthful. They come online and they say they don't need a man. They don't want to be in a relationship. They don't want to settle. But then when you see a singles event, it's primarily all women. Where are the men? Yeah, we know where the men are because they don't want to deal with it anymore. You see, there's a big difference. When women say they don't want something, they actually want it. When a man says he doesn't want something, he means it.
Strong, independent women looking for a man to pay for
She ain't
their
lying.
shit. Look at the women's tables. All are empty. No woman had money to buy herself a drink. When women look at this scene, they see many available people. What men see is a lot of women who will ignore, reject them, or play games at best. They can buy each other flowers and hold each other's hands. Men are out of the lies and enjoying some peace and tranquility. What did you expect? That was a sea of independent women. That's why no men were there.
If you are a single girl in Los Angeles, I need you to come to my chaotic singles party tonight because I have so many men on this list.
She's
I've never had this many
lying.
men buy tickets. And then we're salsa dancing tonight, and the salsa instructor was like, "Hey, can I bring a guest list of 30 more men?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." But now it's a lot of men. And I need the girlies to come. And we're gonna salsa dance. It's gonna be
She's
so
just trying
fun.
to sell her
This is what
little
I'm wearing.
thing.
Okay, it starts at 8 downtown. Hope you can come.
Let me just tell you something. I don't know what the deal is with like men now,
What is wrong with men this time?
but I had told him prior that I will be having pre and post date expenses, and is that
What?
okay? And are you going to cover them?
Ah, yes, there's nothing quite so charming as a woman charging a man for her time.
I don't know if he wasn't listening or like what the deal was or whatever.
Maybe he thought one was kidding, joking around, because who would honestly take that amount of entitlement seriously?
But he, when I handed him the white envelope, he looked shocked.
Gee, I can't imagine why.
Then he opened it and it's receipts. Hello, pre-post date expenses. Hello, like what kind of females do you be dating?
Probably the type that don't normally charge by the hour.
So I handed it to him, and he literally looked shocked at me and said, "I can't cover this." It was
Look, y'all know what this
$478
is.
for pre and post date expenses.
In terms of great investment
This is
ideas, something that
payday.
comes off in less than 2 minutes of soap is not the best thing to invest $478 in.
You asked me on a date, and mind you, we really didn't even have that good a conversation because he was on his phone the whole time, and I have a very strict no phone policy on dates. Hello, you're here to pay attention to me. Look at all the effort that I had to put into to going on this date, and now you have a problem with pre and post date expenses?
If only some individuals put the same amount of effort into their personalities as they did to their outward appearances, some might not be on their phones.
I believe they have a name for this kind of service. But this wasn't a date. This was simply a business transaction for her with the world's oldest profession. And what
He never lied about the world's oldest profession. You guys go ahead and smash that like button.